Hey, it's Joel, the 3D printing nerd, and I'm out here at my build table because I've got something very special to build for you guys today. Kirby, one of the best designers I've ever had the pleasure of working with, and one of the best designers at myminifactory.com, asked me to print and assemble this very fantastic Fallout 4 alien blaster. And I'm really looking forward to it. So let's build us an alien gun. What do you say? You ready? Go. All right, hey you guys, look at this. Let's build us an alien blaster. So if you've ever played Fallout 4, you know that there's this really cool looking alien blaster, and Kirby modeled this thing and asked me to print it for him, put it together, and make this video so that you guys at home could see how you could print it and how you could put it together yourself. It was a little interesting at first because I do have these pieces and they don't look very good. In fact, look at that one. Boy, that looks like a pile of butts right there. This one turned out okay, but then the bottom part kept peeling off. This wasn't good at all. So those prints were scrapped because they suck. I then finally got a somewhat of a rough print together, and I thought, well, this is decent. I'm gonna need to print it again, but this will at least give me an idea of what it's gonna look like when I put it together. So if I hold it here and I put it here, there it is. Let's show camera two. Camera two, what do you think? Look at that. That is a Fallout 4 alien blaster. This is what it's gonna look like when we're all done. But not yet. The pieces that we need for the Fallout 4 alien blaster are the two back shells here, and those go together like that. And there's a hole in each one for the metal bar over here. Here's the two front pieces. This is what they look like. They go together like that. You can see that there's a little bit of stringing and some leftover printing kind of hairs. All I have to do is hit that with a heat gun and those will go away. We'll do that at the very end after we've assembled it. Here's the handle, and inside the handle goes the trigger. You can put a spring behind this, and that spring allows you to actually have real kind of triggering action. Here's the nose cone, or the front of the blaster that shoots out the rays and kills the bad guys. This piece, if you were to print this yourself, you could print this in clear, and as you're assembling it, it can go right here. You can add some LEDs, switch with the trigger here, and then it'll light up and it'll look really, really cool. I'm not going to install this in this gun. Or maybe I will. We'll see what happens. Who knows? Who knows? All right. First things first, I'm going to say is this. This is the back half. The back half right here. And if we add some glue to put it together, I think it will hold nicely. I'm just using Loctite super glue. It works really well for what I need. There we go. And we do it like that. And then I hold it together. I don't use too much, and because I don't use too much, it's able to set up pretty fast. Don't worry, whatever I do here where it takes a long time for it to set, don't worry. I'll just cut the video so you don't have to wait through this, because that would get boring. Sometimes what I'll do as I'm holding a piece together for it to set, I'll add some glue in strategic places so that I have it set. The glue itself will then get into those corners and those crevices and actually bond it even better. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get some blue tape to hold it together. That way I don't have to wait. There we go. I acquired some blue tape, and with the blue tape, I taped this together. Now I can set it to the side and concentrate on the other pieces. Let's do that. Ooh, you're going to be a fun one to assemble, aren't you? This could prove to be somewhat difficult. Okay, so I could glue it. Here's what I'll do. Let's see, make sure this camera can see it. What I'll do is insert the nose cone tip thing, and then I'll use that as the thing to hold it together in place, and I'll glue it just like this. It's a really good idea, Joel. Thanks, Joel. Oh, that's right. This piece, let's see if I can sneak that in all stealth-like. Now, you know what? You can put that in yourself. I'm not going to do it. It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. You're lucky I'm wearing pants. This should hold together nicely. I'll drop in some glue in the seams where I want it to extra hold. There we go. It's not looking too bad. Look at that. That looks pretty good right there. All right, let's get out some blue tape and I need more hands. Jeez, I need more hands. Let's see. Oh, no, don't you do that. It's starting to come open before I got the blue tape on it. There we go. There we go. I'll put one more piece on just tight around the top to make sure it's held in around that tip. There we go. You can't say enough about blue tape, let's be honest. Goes on easy, comes off easy. All right, we can set that to the side. You know, while these are drying, let's just take a look at that. So how Kirby designed this is there's 2 slots here, and then there's 1 slot on the bottom. And what you do, is you cut some metal rod. I use threaded rod that I found at the local Home Depot. And I won't glue these in because these are for that gun, but I can at least show you how those sit and provide stability for the gun. And then when you have a handle such as this, and it glues up in there, it kind of holds it all together. And that way, when you put some glue in there and it stiffens up around the metal, you've got a very, very solid model that you can then paint and cosplay with. It's going to be fantastic. But again, this is not the one that I'm going to be gluing. I'll put you over here. This is the one. So even though I didn't put in this piece, which you can do if you build this yourself, I will put the trigger in and it will slide back and forth. While these are drying, I can actually glue them together, and it might be best to glue them together while they're taped. So to start, we need to insert these into each one. Before I do, I'm going to put some glue down because it seems like the right way to do it. There we go. There we go. Get those all glued up. That'll be good. There we go. And now some glue on the edges. That's probably too much, but it's 2 a.m., so that's fine. Let's line these up. There we go. Oh, before I do that, see, just kidding. I'm going to put some glue on these, on the actual threaded rod. So if you don't have threaded rod, you can get the normal metal rods, but I found that the threaded rod holds the glue better, and it was the only thing available at Home Depot. There's not a lot of edges to tape for this one. I think I'm just gonna hold this one together. All right. At this point, it's in your best interest to pause the video and go get something to eat or something to drink because I adore you and I care for you and you need to be nourished and your thirst needs to be quenched. So pause right here and come right back. Hey, look at that. Through the magic of time and space and wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey things and fish sticks and custard and TARDISes and space travel, that break was erased. I actually took a break. I went and had a Red Bull, I ate some cereal, I ran a mile. I didn't run a mile, I ran 2. Let's finish putting this together. The joint is together. It could probably harden longer, and I'm sure people that do this in a more professional way, or people that actually cosplay and build these sort of things, I bet they use more than just super glue, and I bet they do a much better job than I do. So please don't judge this model based on the really crappy job I do of putting it together. Judge this model based on the epic display it will have when you cosplay with it. All right, I'm removing blue tape. This usually signifies that the end is near. Oh man, I gotta remember how I put all this blue tape on. Yeah, hey, it's not looking too shabby. It's looking like a real alien blaster. It's kind of exciting. Put that over here. Remove this guy. Look at that. I'll show camera 2. Look at that, camera 2. Look at that. It still wobbles a little bit, but things aren't dry. That's understandable. Okay, let's put on the trigger. So what I'm going to do is take this piece of metal and I'm going to put it right here, and then I'm going to glue it into place. And glue it right into place. Oh shoot, that's the wrong way to do it. The best way to do it, obviously, is to put the piece in here. All right. I will add some glue. Okay, you stay there. And I will glue the threads. And I will put the threads down in the hole. Okay. Some glue here. Glue right there. This is the exciting part, right? Okay. Now I really have to sit here and just hold it because there's no way I'm going to tape that. Maybe I could turn it upside down. Maybe it'll stay. Ooh, you know what I could do? I could run some tape up the front. Fantastic idea, Joel. Oh, man, it's, when you work with super glue, you're always sticking your fingers, and sometimes I just don't have any fingerprints for a few days while the glue has to come off of my fingers. Oh, I hope this works. I should have used epoxy. I don't know. You guys that do this more often, do you use epoxy? Is that the better method for attaching these things? It's got the glue. I guess I just need to hold it. Okay, I'll tell you what, let's see if I can put some tape around this thing. Will it stay? What if I balance it against a tape measure? No way. Okay. Don't you fall. All right, I'm going to take my wide blue tape and I'm going to peel a section of it, and that will be used to hold it down. So first, okay. First, I'll put that down there. Maybe this will work. Wouldn't it be crazy if this worked? Fully not expecting it to work, but whatever. Okay, it's taped up. I would suggest another break because I'm going to have to let this set for a little bit, and that's probably going to take a little while. And I don't want to roll video while I'm doing that because, well, it's boring. It's more boring than what I usually have on my channel, which I know is it's not the most exciting things, let's be honest. Okay, let's let this sit, and the passage of time will happen instantaneously for you, but for me, I'm gonna go have another bowl of cereal. Let's do this. Look at that gun. It looks fantastic, doesn't it? Even with my shoddy job of putting it together, it still looks good. So one of the things to remember, those little hairs that you can see right there, those you can solve with a heat gun as well. Let's see if we can do it without ruining the model. Here we go. You kind of see him disappearing. That's it. That's all you got to do. Look at that. There's much less. There we go. Look at that. We've assembled. Ooh, this is hot. All right. We've assembled a Fallout 4 alien blaster. We did have the leftover piece that I chose not to put in because I'm not going to wire this with LEDs, though if you download this model and you wire it with LEDs, you're going to want to use that piece, and this piece you're probably going to want to print in clear PLA. The rest of the gun was printed in, oh, what was this? This was Color Fab. I printed this in Color Fab white PLA. I printed this on my G-Max 1.5 XT Plus. I printed it a 0.2 millimeter layer height. I printed it 60 millimeters a second, 4 top layers, 3 bottom layers, 2 perimeters, and with support. So there you go. There's the stats. Wow, this isn't bad. This isn't bad at all. So just so you know, as far as fit goes, well, my hands are a little bit larger than normal, and it mostly fits, but this would be a good model for someone with slightly smaller hands. If you wanted a little bit larger, I would up it by 10 to 15%, just because. Hey, there we go. Look at that. We've assembled a model. All right. Well, hey, here's something cool. I've got plenty of links down below if you want to support my channel. I've got a Patreon link. Please don't give me money though. Give me high fives. I love social high fives. But if you choose to go against my wishes, my Patreon information is down below. You can also shop at my Amazon affiliate links. Those bring in little bits of pennies here and there to the channel, and that helps a lot. Printed Solid has an affiliate link down there, and if you choose to shop at printedsolid.com for printers or filament, use my link down below. It helps me a little bit. And just added tonight, t-shirts. If you want to support the channel and you want to rock a 3D printing nerd t-shirt or hoodie, follow the link down below. And I would, if you end up getting a t-shirt from me and you snap a photo and you send it to me, you can bet I will share it on my social networks because that would just be fantastic. Oh, that'd be fun. All right, you guys, look. I've had enough Red Bull for the night, so I should call it good. Hey, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing, commenting. Find me socially, I'm easy to find. As always, you guys, high five.